Hey up, and welcome back to Matt's Mindful Meals. Thanks to loads of you who've subscribed. We're well over 500 now. So if you haven't subscribed yet, consider giving it a subscribe. But if you do subscribe, hit the little bell button as well, because that'll let you know every time I make a new video. Anyway, so this morning, it's really early. I got out of bed at 6:10, and I've come down the beach to make Spanish gypsy eggs. And maybe a friend will join me afterwards. But as I say, it's quite early. So I'm going to go and get set up. So join me in a minute. Hey, well, I'm back. And you may have seen my pal turn up on the time lapse. He's gone for a walk and he's hopefully going to be back in about 45 minutes, which is more than enough time to make this and have a cup of coffee as well. So as you can see, I've got two of the Firebox Freestyles set up. I've never cooked with a 10-inch pan with just one Firebox. That's one small Freestyle. That's the one I'm going to try today. Now they're only 4 inches. I've used the Nano, which I have got but I've not used today on the pan, and it's big enough, and I've even used just the alcohol thing, but I'm going to go for fire today in there, alcohol in there, and we'll see how we get on. But remember, these things, you can join the two together to make that big 8 thing that I did a couple of weeks ago, and did the steak and the king prawns. Anyway, let's show you what the ingredients are today. So as I said, Spanish gypsy eggs. So obviously I've got me trusty egg carrier, but inside here I've got tortilla wraps, grated cheese, onion, quite a bit of really spicy chorizo, a couple of really hot chilies, bulb of garlic, and the thing that nearly set me on fire once, a tin of Danger tomatoes. I'll put that away for a bit. So I've not bought any oil today because the oil that comes out of these actually is enough to fry off the onions. So I'll get this chopping, but once I've chopped this, then I can get the fire going. So this is that Firebox knife again. It's like a laser, but these sausages are really tough. But these aren't just normal chorizo, these are extra spicy chorizo. So I've already warned Vinny and said to him, look, it's going to be quite spicy today, and he says it's okay. So we'll see how it goes. So I love my spicy food. So chop these up, either small or big, it depends how you want them. But I like when you fry them off, so they go a little bit crispy, and they got like a really spicy, smoky, salty flavour. It's something I struggled to get hold of when I lived in America for a little while, hard chorizo. There's something that's very similar to it. It's like a paste more than a hard sausage. But you can get it in some places. I think a brand that I used when I was out there was something called Boar's Head. They did something which was very similar to what I'm used to using over here in the UK. Once I've got this chopped up, get the fire on. I don't think you can ever overdo it with a chorizo. So there's a chorizo all chopped, and that's ready to go. get this fire lit. Nothing fancy today. Just try and light the fire lighter and then get going. Ooh. I've actually given up looking which direction the wind's going in, because I've noticed that whenever I light the match, the wind always points in my face, so I just give up. Anyway, that's going, so we'll come back to that in a little while. I'll put the pan on just for now. I think my sticks are a little bit big for that for now, but it don't matter because they will drop down. Anyway, so the chorizo's there. I might as well just drop it in and get on with the other stuff. So I'll get me utensils out. But as I say, the oil will come out of this. So the next thing we want to do is get that onion going. And check on my coffee. Not long. Hopefully you can hear me and the waves aren't too noisy. Anyway, slice these onions, don't dice them. I'm loving this knife. Cuts really straight and it's very sharp, so you can control everything you do with it. Big fan. Go. Water's boiling. So some of it started to already give off a little bit of the oil and started to bubble, so that's frying off. It takes a little while, but once there's more liquid I can add the onions to it. In the meantime I can make my coffee. Are still a little bit warm. Out. Now this is the AeroPress Go, which is the small travel one, so you don't get too much of a coffee in one shot, so I double up the coffee and then I add the extra water to it afterwards. that works out fine. Bit of milk. Cheers. Watch me, I'll forget about that now. Anyway, back to the chorizo. Just going to give you a show you that you might be able to see that the oil's starting to come out, and it's definitely getting frying now. I've just wasted a couple of chunks, you don't want to do that. So I'll keep that moving a bit more. Add a little bit more wood. I've got plenty more wood in my bag, so not worried about running out of wood. Okay, so leave that going for a little bit more. So move them over to the side. Garlic next. Now, I see a lot of recipes where it says 1 clove of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. The minimum I can put in anything is at least 4. You've got to get the flavour of garlic, haven't you? Otherwise, there's no point. Yeah, I don't do subtle flavours. Anyway, so I'll get these peeled. Chorizo's coming on really good now. If only you could smell it. What I have noticed after I've done these videos for you is my fingers always smell really good. So that's 4 cloves of garlic. Give them a little bit of a chop up, not too much at all. Perfect, right then. Almost there with this. Give it another couple of minutes though, so I want it to get like all golden and crunchy on the outside. You might be able to see some bits already changing colour, but they go golden on the outside. You want to put the onions and stuff in just before it starts to go black, so nice and golden. So a couple more minutes. Bit more coffee. Yeah, this is putting plenty enough heat into this 10-inch pan. They do have 8-inch pans, but because I've got the 4 of us in my immediate family, I went for the 10-inch cook set because it's a little bit easier because there's more of you to cook for. But I'll probably get the 8-inch ones for when I'm just going on my own, maybe in the summer. Yeah, but I don't know if you can see, but there's plenty of oil come out now, so you don't need to bring any extra oil when you're cooking with chorizo. A bit more wood. Okay, so I'm going to add the onions and garlic now. We'll get that in and then get that to take all the colour, because this is seasoned with paprika, so the onions will all go orange and stuff. So in the meantime, I'll put you back on time lapse so you can take some of the scenery in, but you don't want to be sitting here forever while this is all doing. So I'll see you when it comes back to normal speed. So these onions are not starting to get soft. Just show you the colour of them, because you can see they're starting to change colour. So they're starting to take on the colour that comes from inside the chorizo. So now it's time to add the spice. Although they're already really spicy sausages, 1 chilli per person, I think. So chop these up, I would say medium chunks, because you want to see the chilli in big chunks, because the sauce is quite red, so it needs to stand out by being a bigger chunk. If you chop them up really small, they'll just disappear into the sauce. Make sure all the rubbish goes away. Chili's in. Now what we'll do, I'll get the tomatoes in, because then you want to then boil them for quite a while, so it makes like a really thick stew. So I'll get these in now. Drum roll, because remember when I put these in a while ago on the bacon, cheese and tomato oatcakes I did, massive flame, but it's not so hot today. Oh, you can hear it hiss. There we go. Get those stirred through. So that's where we are at the moment. So it's like a really thick tomato sauce. So it's got the onions, garlic, chili in there, and the chorizo. So we need to get that really hot, because we're going to bake the eggs in it. So add a bit more wood to the fire. It's boiling through nice now, which is a good sign to see, so you know you'll be able to boil the eggs in it later. So let's keep that heat up, because Vinny's going to be back in about 20 minutes, so we'll give this another 5 or 10 minutes on the boil, and then we'll get ready to put the eggs in. So I'll take you back to the time lapse. Chat to you soon. for a tiny little walk. So every now and again you need to put a little bit of water in this to stop it going too dry. So it's like a really thick broth come stew, because you need a little bit of liquid in it so that it'll steam the eggs in a bit. So I'll stir that liquid back in. And remember, with a wood stove you need to keep on top of the wood going in to make sure you've still got the fuel in there. Gentle little blow gets it back again. I need to get Vinny's water on for his tea. There we go. Right then, almost ready for the eggs. Now with this, it doesn't matter so much if the eggs break slightly. It's not a big issue. There's number one. Two. And number three. Now we just leave them alone. And cover them up. The heat inside there will cook the eggs off nicely. And then the final touch will be just to melt a little bit of cheese over the top. It's been quite a while. I've had to put quite a lot more wood back in to get the temperature back up, but as you see, I've got the lid on, so time for the moment of truth. Perfect. I'll bring it to show you, then I'll serve mine up, and then I'll come back and tell you what we thought of it. So this is my version, the Spanish Gypsy eggs. Me and Vinny have just finished it. None left in mine.
I couldn't eat any more, mate. I'm just about done there.
None left in Vinny's. I've got tomato all over my face. It was nice and spicy. But as ever, we give it the thumbs up and how many marks out of 10. So Vinny, you want to go first? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Well, after a brief walk down the beach this morning in lovely fresh air, coming back to that, comfortably a 10. Thank you.
Easy.
Tasty, spicy, delicious.
And I loved it too.
Having it.
One of my favourites. Yeah, and he's got a mug of tea.
And I got a mug of tea.
But,
perfect morning, I would say.
Brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to get packed up.
Cheers.
And then get home, because it's now still only 20 past 8 in the morning. So I'll catch you in a little bit. That's a wildcat coming in from some Navy vessels to go on to RAF Lossiemouth. Anyway, just as I'm finishing, I don't know if you can see that. There you go, it's just coming in. There's a merlin. Busy day for Lossiemouth. Anyway, as you can see, I'm all packed up. So it's now just a walk back to the car and get everything washed up when I get back home. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that today. It was certainly very tasty. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, give me a subscribe and tag along and come with us every week. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Ta!